I'm going to show you how to create your own classroom banner. And when we're finished, we will cut it, we will laminate it, and then we will use our Aleene's Tack-It over and over to make some glue dots and attach it to the wall. So the first thing you need to do is to decide what kind of background you want for your banner. So I chose tie-dye. So I'm just going to drag in the picture that I'm going to use for my background. Now what you can do is you can create a shape. So if you wanted to make a rectangle or circle little flags, you can do that, or you can draw your own shape. So I'm actually going to use the pen tool, and I'm working in Illustrator, but there's other programs you can do this in as well. And I'm going to just draw out a flag like this, and you can adjust the points if you need to. Now I'm going to create a clipping mask. So I want this background to mask into this shape. So I'm going to select the shape and the background, and I'm going to go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. And now I have my little banner flag. And you can make this as big or as small as you want. This is just a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet paper. So think about how big you would want your banner, and depending on the number of letters in the phrase you plan on using, you might want to make them a little smaller. Then you can take your text tool. You can create a text box. And let's say I'm going to do the word STEAM. So I would just type in S, and then I would make it nice and big. So I'm going to make it about 400 points. And then choose a font that you like. There's lots of good ones out there for you. And that's a little too big, so I'm going to make it a little smaller. Let's go with 250. And you'll have to kind of play around depending on what size you make your banner. There we go. So I have my text and I have my flag. So once I'm done creating all the letters of my banner, I can go ahead and print it, and then we can move on to the next step. All right, you guys, so I'm going to show you just how easy it is to take this, tack it over and over, and make some homemade glue dots. So all you need for this is obviously your Aleene's Tack-It over and over, and you need wax paper. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out some wax paper. When you make your glue dots, you're going to want to make sure you space them out, because when the glue dries, it does move just a little bit. So if you put them too close together, you'll just have one big giant glue dot. For my classroom projects, I'm going to want small glue dots just to use in the corners of my different classroom decor. So I'm going to go ahead and just make a little dot like that. So I have my glue dot. And then I'm going to leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches and make my next glue dot. So I have my sheet of glue dots now. Now you don't want to touch them because they do need some time to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside and let them dry probably overnight, and wait till the next day until they're clear and sticky. Once they're clear and sticky, you know that they're ready to use. So I have this really pretty STEAM watercolor tie-dye inspired banner that I'm going to add above my board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one glue dot and put it in each of the corners. So here, 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 and here, and I might even add one in the middle, and then I'm going to attach it to my wall. So another benefit of the stick and restick is if you stick this up and you realize, oh my gosh, it's off center, or if it's not exactly where you want it to be, maybe it's a little crooked, you can just peel it off the wall and stick it again, and it's still super sticky, so it's not going to leave any residue behind, but you can move things around as you need to. So I'm all finished with my banner. It looks awesome, and I love how the temporary adhesive, my homemade glue dots, are sticking to the wall. I'm honestly really impressed. It's super hard to find an adhesive that will stick to the wall but not ruin it. And this is working really well. You saw in the video, I was able to adjust and move the banner to make sure that it was exactly where I wanted it, and it didn't damage my materials or my wall. So I think all classroom teachers could really benefit from having the Tack-It over and over in their classroom supplies.